Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Gal Gadot and Wonder Woman 3. So, Gal Gadot was casted by Zack Snyder to play Wonder Woman in Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, which came out in 2016. Later on, Gal Gadot would reprise her role in several other DCEU movies, such as the 2017 Wonder Woman movie, Justice League, which came out in 2017, as well as Wonder Woman 1984, which came out in 2020. She also had several cameo appearances in the DCEU as well, and let's not forget about her appearance in Zack Snyder's Justice League as well. She also appeared in Shazam! Fury of the Gods and The Flash, both of those movies which came out in 2023. So, right after Wonder Woman 1984 came out, it was that weekend where it was, day and date release, between HBO Max and theaters. Also, keep in mind, this was when we had the lockdown as well. It was announced that, Warner Brothers would be moving forward with Wonder Woman 3 with Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot, actually. Now, as you guys know, the first Wonder Woman movie, which came out back in 2017, I really enjoyed that movie. That was actually really good, albeit there would be some things I would have probably not liked in it, but overall, for the most part, I liked the movie. I thought it was actually pretty good. The sequel is not good at all, and it's actually really bad, and that's where most of this discourse comes from, even with this type of article coming out as well, which is an exclusive from comicbook.com. So right around this period, because as you guys probably don't know this, Patty Jenkins was the director on the other two previous Wonder Woman movies. She actually finished her script for Wonder Woman 3. Now, also at this time period, James Gunn and Peter Safran were appointed to the leadership position at DC Studios. And when I say DC Studios, it's kind of like Marvel Studios, where, Warner Brothers for DC never actually had a dedicated studio just for DC, unlike Disney did when they purchased Marvel all the way back, in 2012, right? So they get James Gunn and Peter Safran, Patty Jenkins, who, like I mentioned before, directed the other two Wonder Woman movies, finished her script for Wonder Woman 3, and there was this big debacle going on, and basically, long story short, she's not going to be the director of Wonder Woman 3, and she most likely is not going to be directing Rogue Squadron or that Cleopatra movie, so she's just been losing projects across the board, actually. But the other thing here to understand is, it wouldn't really make sense to make a Wonder Woman 3 if you're trying to reboot a universe. Now, James Gunn has mentioned the fact that, they're going to be, technically keeping what worked and getting rid of what doesn't. Because you have them doing a Amanda Waller show, but that version of Amanda Waller, portrayed by Viola Davis, exists in the DCEU. He's also keeping Peacemaker, which was really successful. And I don't know which else he's going to be keeping, because if you're going to be keeping Gal Gadot, I'm not saying this is what the article has stated or anything. I'm just saying the fact that is very, I would just say hard reboot everything, because you're going to have a new Batman. They already said that before. They're going to have a new Superman, new Green Lantern, basically new everything. I doubt Ezra Miller is staying. There's no way Ezra Miller is going to be staying, at all. Maybe if Annie Muschietti is involved, right, to some degree, but, James Gunn gets the final word on that. My thing here is, what is this going to say? Because this is going to be very odd. And like I mentioned before, actors say something could be completely different from what the studio and the people headlining everything is actually trying to do. So, I'm going to cover this right now. This is apparently an exclusive from comicbook.com, where it says, Gal Gadot developing Wonder Woman 3 with James Gunn, Peter Safran exclusive. Now, I'm not saying she's not good as Wonder Woman to a certain extent. I think her acting, leaves a lot to be desired. I've watched her since, Fast and Furious 4, and her acting has been, it's definitely not great. I think she could be a whole lot better. Honestly, I think her best movie that she really acted well in was the first Wonder Woman movie. I personally think we should get a new Wonder Woman. That's just me. I know a lot of people like her version of the character. I'm not saying she's terrible. I'm just saying the acting is just not good for the most part. And I know people have tried to make this odd comparison of how they're technically keeping Hugh Jackman as Wolverine for Deadpool 3, but that is pretty much an entire different situation for the most part that I'll cover right after we go over this clip, apparently. So it says Wonder Woman 3 is back on with Gal Gadot working with Superman legacy director James Gunn. All right, so what is this?
You don't need me to tell you this, but working for comicbook.com, I have to tell you that you have masterfully embodied Wonder Woman, and we all love you in the role. Yesterday, it was announced that DC's cast a new Superman and Lois Lane. I would love to get your thoughts on the new casting, and are you hopeful to continue your work in this new DC universe as Wonder Woman?
I love portraying Wonder Woman. It's so close to and dear to my heart. And from what I heard from James and from Peter is that we're gonna develop a Wonder Woman 3 together. And the new cast of you gotta keep me. I saw that they were doing different screen tests, but I don't know who got it. But it seemed like everyone were super legit and talented and like great. So I'm happy for them. It's such a huge take on, and it's such an exciting beginning to any actor. And I wish whoever it's going to be the best of luck and enjoy the ride.
Okay. Well, I mean, she says she and James Gunn and Safran are developing a Wonder Woman 3. So, I mean, is she a part? Is she like a producer? Or is she going to get recasted? Because that looks like she's not going to get recasted, you know? But, oh, Lord, jeez. I mean, this is kind of odd. I mean, you would think for the new reboot for the DCU, which is going to start officially in 2025, you think it would just be the time to basically clean the slate, start over, start from the scratch, build up slowly, and then get something else going there, you know? So my thing here is, what is the point of keeping pieces around of the old universe, even if they're liked, you know? Like, I understand to a certain extent why you would think that, but if you're trying to basically give someone a new car, you don't take your old car's parts and put it in a new car and call it a new car. It's like, that's not really how that would work, right? The DC universe on film is headed in a new direction under James Gunn and Peter Safran, but it sounds like Gal Gadot is still going to be involved with Wonder Woman's future. Gadot debuted as Diana Prince in 2016 Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. She then headlined 2017's Wonder Woman and its 2020 sequel, Wonder Woman 1984, opposite Chris Pine as Steve Trevor, both helmed by director Patty Jenkins, while also appearing in Justice League and the fully Snyder-helmed director's cut, as Gunn and Safran took over as co-heads and re-christened DC Studios for Warner Brothers. Plans for Patty Jenkins to return for Wonder Woman 3 were scrapped. That studio left Gadot's future as Wonder Woman unclear. Things became murkier when she appeared in a cameo role in Shazam! Fury of the Gods, but had a similar cameo cut from The Flash starring Ezra Miller, where she would have appeared alongside Ben Affleck as Batman and Henry Cavill as Superman, further confusing fans. Yeah, there was a second scene that she was actually cut from, as her and Henry Cavill's as well. Speaking to comicbook.com's Chris Keelan for her new Netflix movie Heart of Stone before the SAG strike, Gal Gadot says that, as she understands it, she will be developing Wonder Woman 3 together with Gunn and Safran. And she said, right here, I love portraying Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot says. It's so close to and dear to my heart. From what I've heard from James and from Peter is that we're going to develop Wonder Woman 3 together. Alright, so, yeah, and right here she talked about the new Superman casting, and, alright, Wonder Woman in the DC Universe. Gunn and Safran's plans for Wonder Woman in the new DC Universe are unclear at this point. And I think he had mentioned this somewhere on social media as well, that, like, someone mentioned what's going to be Wonder Woman's involvement in the DCU, because in his first initial announcement, and he did mention the fact that it's not a complete slate, the fact that it is, like, Wonder Woman was not a part of that, which is really odd, you know, like, you think the Trinity is not going to be a big focal point of the first phase of the, you know, DCU, actually, or the first chapter, as they call it. Currently, there is no Wonder Woman movie among the DC movies included in the slate of projects for Chapter 1 of the DC Universe called Gods and Monsters. However, there are plans for a Max series titled Paradise Lost, which will be a series full of intrigue set amongst the Amazons of the Themyscira. Additionally, Gunn has hinted that he's interested in developing a Wonder Woman animated series, which would be good, honestly. I think that'd be awesome. And, Gal Gadot's gonna headline a new movie, Heart of Stone. I mean, her acting leaves so much to be desired. I think I'll probably check that out soon. Maybe, just depending. So, it's really hard to tell what any of what she says means to the full extent. I think, if I'm making assumptions here, I think she's sticking on to be Wonder Woman, and they're going to be working on Wonder Woman 3 together. This is going to be kind of like, I guess you could say, the Deadpool thing from Marvel, where you have 2 movies done by different people, and then the third movie being done in, like, the more, cinematic set universe. That's, like, the best way I could say it, right? I would imagine she's not going to be, no, definitely not. She's not going to be the same version of Wonder Woman she was in, the DCEU. I'd imagine she'd have a similar portrayal because her acting is pretty meh, all things considered. But I think it's just very odd for the DCEU to just basically keep Gal Gadot and other people aren't getting kept either when, like, you're supposed to be doing a reboot of the franchise. This is supposed to be something new, right? And keeping the old stuff while as part of the other universe as she was decent in, I don't think works in my opinion. But this wouldn't stop me from being interested in what James Gunn has to, offer for the DC universe, for his DCU. Like, what he's going to offer is, I think, going to be great. But this is just an odd, start, in my own personal opinion. I think this is just really weird, given the state of everything. But I don't know, maybe they'll change their mind with the Wonder Woman 3. I mean, things always change, obviously, right? So, yeah. What do you guys think about Gal Gadot developing Wonder Woman 3 with James Gunn and Peter Safran? Do you guys think Patty Jenkins would return? I doubt that's going to happen. Do you guys think this is the wrong decision from, James Gunn and Peter Safran to keep Gal Gadot? Would you have preferred if they recasted her? I would prefer if you just recast her if you're going to do a hard reboot in general. That's just me. But, James Gunn is keeping Blue Beetle from the other, universe as well. So this wouldn't be too surprising. But, so that also, makes me wonder. It's like, man, would they really keep Ezra Miller around? That'd be freaking crazy. But I'll see you guys later. Like, comment, and subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I am MSK, and this is Online Cinema Entertainment, your one place for online cinema. All right, see you guys later. Deuces. Peace.